Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is about interfaces, and I have a nice example that shows how to use interfaces and how easy it is. The interface is really good for reusing the code. So you can create an interface, let's call it draw. And this draw got a method which we call draw method, and that's just gonna be empty like that. And then we can create the models we want to use this interface to. So we create a new item, and it's a class, let's call it like circle, and we create another class and we call it rectangle. Now with these two classes, let's just make them public so it's easier to use over whole project. Now when we want to use draw on rectangle, then we use this syntax, which means inheritance. I talked about inheritance in my last video. So you can write draw like that, and then it will give you like an error, because you need to implement. Look, rectangle does not implement interface member draw, which is the method. So you can use here and implement interface. Then it will make you this method which is needed. Now let's say in my rectangle I just want to console write line like that, and there's just gonna be like drawing a rectangle. Let's just do that, okay? So in my circle I do the same, and of course it showed me this arrow again, so I push on implement, and here I want to console write line writing drawing circle, a circle. Let's just do it like that, some basic code, so I can show you how it's used. So now we got this in the circle and the same thing. Let's save it, and our draw is still an empty method. Okay, now with interfaces, all the methods you write in here, you have to take it with you when you use the interface. So let's say I had in my draw interface, let's say I had another method called draw zeros or something. Let's just call it that. And I save that, then the circle where I use draw will give me an arrow. It will tell me that I need the draw zero, like it's written here. So you have to use it, and that's a really good thing, because let's say you are creating an interface which includes a lot of methods in it, and let's say that you don't want to forget any method. It's really important that you want to get all the methods. Then it's really good to use this interface, because it will give you an error if you don't have all the methods with you. Okay, so now let's make a draw D object, and let's say D is my new rectangle. So we can say D draw. And what do you think it will show? If I run this code, it should go from rectangle, drawing a rectangle. So when I run this code, it gives me drawing a rectangle. So if I do this, the same D, but I'm giving it another value, and I use the D draw again, and I run this code, you can see it's using the circle draw. So I'm using the same method on the same object, but on two different values. So I'm using different objects, and it's using different methods. This is the draw method from rectangle, which is telling me drawing a rectangle, and the circle is giving this method. Now that was all of this interface. I think I have told you all the important thing that I know about the interface. If you got any questions, let me hear about it in the comment section. See you in my next tutorial.